Hello. Right, continuing the theme of kind of theories about things that went on in the world that have never been, fully resolved publicly, was the murder of a media personality called Jill Dando. Now, this is going back a while. This is going back to the late 90s, and it was a huge story in the UK. So anyone watching this who's not from the UK will probably need to Google the story. And I believe it was international. It was reported on in the US and other countries, but it was obviously, it happened to someone in the UK, so it was much wider reported on in the UK. So people watching this who don't go back far enough and aren't from the UK may need to Google it. But she was a popular media personality who was actually quite a good lookalike for Princess Diana, and she died a couple of years after Princess Diana. She was shot on her doorstep in a nice affluent area of London by a random individual. She was shot in the head, and she was found dead by a member of the public. I've actually heard the phone call. I remember it in a documentary of this lady that found her on her doorstep saying, I think it's the TV person, Jill Dando, and I don't think she's alive. She was clearly, dead as you like, dead as a dodo, shot in the head, and a man was convicted of it, a guy called Barry George, who was just a local weirdo to the area. He was somebody, I don't think he had learning disabilities, any disabilities like that, but he was of low intellect, and he just went out chatting to random women and filming it, and his place was full of obsessive stuff, taking pictures of female celebrities, including Jill Dando, and he was convicted based on supposedly cordite that was found in his coat, and it was he went to prison, and eventually he was found innocent because there just wasn't. It was found that the case was flawed, and my theory on the whole thing is no way he did it. He was just a local weirdo who, he wasn't capable of doing something like that. My theory is that she was killed in a professional hit by just somebody, an organisation or whoever, a party that wanted her dead. So they got somebody professional who could cover their tracks easily to shoot her dead, to actually do the killing. She was a media personality, she was an investigative journalist, and she was probably going to expose something that meant that certain parties wanted her out of the picture. They hired somebody professional to kill her, which is why it's never been, the police couldn't figure out who's killed her. The case remains open. It's because it was done by somebody professional who knew what they were doing. And that's my theory on the whole thing.